All right, guys, today we got a car on the side of the friggin' road, so let's pop a U-ey. How the fuck am I supposed to look at this thing with it sideways? Oh, but looks like the owner's pulling up behind me, so let's get the skip on this bad boy, huh? Hey, what's up, man?
I wasn't sure if the incline was too steep.
Oh, it's a little steep, but Matt, nice to meet you, by the way.
Rob,
so what's
nice
going on with it?
Son had an issue with it, said it wasn't braking properly, and then when he actually tried to start again, he heard grinding, so he pulled off the road.
Okay.
And that was it. He's done some work on it in the past. Tie rods, they replaced the pistons or struts, I guess. Not sure.
Just like front end suspension work?
Yeah, front end work.
Okay.
So maybe related to that, or maybe not, I don't know.
You can see from all that, it was like hitting somewhere. Something's like rubbing up against the wheel itself. Guys, what would you do if I was jacking it up and the whole thing just rolled? All right, let's see the damage. All right, so something caught the wheel here. Oh, no! Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? Well, that was a little embarrassing. What the fuck happened here? Oh, well, I found the problem. Holy shit. So, oh boy. A flashlight. Okay guys, so here's the deal. This is not good. So I noticed three things right off the flip. This. It's missing the top bolt. It's missing the control arm nut. See that? It's missing the lower ball joint nut. See that? And the sway bars were put on backward. We'll make that four things because this inner tie rod is not properly put on either. So shit. Holy shit, look at the brake line. It's all twisted up like a coil spring. Here's the deal, doing your own work is awesome and everything, but sometimes if you're not 100% on what you're doing, it can cause problems like this, and this is not good because this is probably going to be a little bit more expensive than what he already spent. So, oh boy. Look at this caliber here, is all distorted into the rotor itself because of the displacement of the caliber itself. Well, I mean the missing bolt, and then it displaced itself. So literally the caliber needs to be replaced, the rotor needs to be replaced. I think the wheel's all right. That lower control arm, or that lower ball joint, needs a nut. Needs a nut up here. That needs to be riveted, dented in. This needs to be turned around. This needs to be fixed. I see so many people not put the clamp on because it's just a pain in the ass to do. Oh boy. Holy shit. Alright, so here's the deal. You see that? There's no nut on this, and it's just literally catty-cornered in there. It's like wedged in there. So much stuff was forgotten. Holy shit. And this other side walked completely loose. It walked itself out. Oh my god, dude. So unfortunately, guys, this vehicle will have to be towed back to its location for me to do all this work to it. Only because, guys, I don't feel comfortable being underneath it at the slant, and I got to do it to both sides. So let's go notify the customer. All right, so there's quite a bit of stuff, dude.
What's that?
There's quite a bit of stuff. Here, let's, right? Yeah. All right, so this has its lower nut or lower bolt, but it doesn't have the top bolt. The sway bar is put on backward. This lower control arm, so the two bolts that hold this left side on, one of them has no nut on it whatsoever. The other nut had worked itself all the way loose to the point where it's wedged inside of the frame of that. And then Yeah, and then the lower control, or the lower ball joint is missing a nut itself too. So
I wonder if those work themselves off after not getting put back on right,
or if they just got forgotten about. It happens, man. It happens, really. It does. I've worked with so many people that have done that, and it's just a lot of work. And then also I noticed this brake line, it had been taken out, and it looked like the caliber like was twisted and put up here and then put back. So that brake line needs to be like properly turned and then put back in there, or else it'll start, like right here, it'll start cracking and it'll start leaking.
Okay.
So but your main problem, and then this caliber itself, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. This caliber itself, the back part of it, because of the way it placed itself, that back part of the caliber is pretty trued up. So that the caliber itself needs to be replaced. The rotor itself obviously has to be replaced. So you're looking at the caliber of the rotor, that nut, which your bracket's fine. So the bracket for it is fine, just the caliber and the rotor. And then you need the nut, the lower nut for that ball joint. The only thing that's going to be tricky, dude, is that lower control arm. So that will all have to be taken off, and that lower control arm, those bolts will have to be taken out. And either I'm going to assume that they'll have to be replaced, because if one worked itself loose and one's completely gone, it was rubbing up against that metal, because it fits inside of a hole. Right. So if it's going up and down, it's working those threads out.
So you're saying the bolts need to be replaced, or the control arm?
No, the control arm's fine, just the bolts. Okay. Yeah, the bolts for the control arm, and then they'll come with nuts. The control arm's fine. The only parts that need to be replaced is that caliber and the rotor. Okay. The rest just
buttoning it up the way it should have been.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, I thought about calling somebody to come look at it when he replaced the lower control arm.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't know I was looking at it either, but yeah, we should have had it inspected before.
Man, it had freaking, dude, I've done so much work. Like in my rookie days, I've done so much work that, you know, I had trial and errors, you know. So, I mean, it's a part of living. So, as long as, you know, nobody was hurt, and it's, now I can guarantee you anytime he does any other front end suspension work, he's going to torque everything and double check everything. I can bet you. Because, I mean, after my one or two mistakes, I was like, I'm going to start marking bolts. I'm going to start counting them. And yeah, so, yeah, it's just the learning curve. And then the engine size.
Is that something that we need to get towed to stable ground?
So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, only, and I'll tell you why, man. Only because of the position that we're in. Because I'll have to go to the other side too. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I don't see it being possible for me to jack that other side up without me sliding forward or anything. You know, so, and the whole time, dude, I'll just be so nervous.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah. It's not different being on the downhill side.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, at least now, you know, it's only parts, you know what I mean? It's nothing major. There's no critical damage. It's only parts. So
mechanical stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And shoot, man, when you have it towed to your place, when I come up there, I can show, like, I can do everything with your son, and you know what I mean? Yeah. And we can, you know, I'll help him out. The struts looked great. The struts looked like, well, I didn't see the upper mounting bolts, but everything so far up here, the struts and the outer tie rod looked good. It had its cotter pin in it and all that. So I mean, that was all. You can tell precautions were taken. It was just things were overlooked in the sense of mechanical.
Yeah, all the details. Keep it all together.
Yeah, man. Well, all right, let me put your wheel on, get us out of the cold.
So we can get the door.
Awesome, sounds good.
One question, is there going to be any more damage done?
Towing it? No.
Yeah, because it's like rolling back it doesn't seem fine, but rolling forward it did.
Yeah, so what happened was when you guys went back, that bottom bolt is catching that caliber, so it's keeping it into place. But when you put it in forward, it was caught on the wheel. Now it's freed from the wheel. So he'll be able to roll.
Be able to pull up on a roll.
Absolutely, yes sir. Yeah, it was just because you're going forward, it was catching the backside of it and it was pulling it down. Yeah.
I got you. Okay, so we're all right to load it moving forward.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. Now the temperature's changing.
Yeah.
Normally it gets warmer throughout the day.
Still shouldn't be driven.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't drive it. I would have it. But it's perfectly fine. I made it safe to be pulled up on a flatbed.
Okay.
Guys, I almost forgot. Here's the deal. Happy New Year's Eve. I hope everybody has a safe and awesome New Year's Eve tonight, and stay safe and don't drink and drive.